Hey everybody, Mr. Hayes, Hayes' World of Math. I'm going through a bunch of the free response questions to prep for the AP exam. So we're looking at CED1. We're talking about one variable data and how things are represented on it. The link to this is down below. There's a whole spreadsheet there of reviews by, it's all stuff the College Board put out. I just organized it by unit. So feel free to use it as you see fit. So we're looking at 2021. Question number 1 is talking about hospital stays, and it's talking about 5-number summaries. They give you the data in 2 different forms. They give it to you in a table form in terms of frequency. They also give it to you in a dot plot. So depending upon how you want to do the 5-number summary, you can do that. Now, as a reminder, your 5-number summary is your minimum, your quartile 1, your median, your quartile 3, and your max. Minimum and max, obviously, very easy to find. 5, 21. Your median, a little different, and I've jotted something down over here. Some of you I know will just count backwards, and you know it's between the 25th and 26th because if you have an even number of pieces of data, the middle is going to fall there. You could also do it up here in the chart. So like here, this is 17 and this is 31. So that 25th and 26th piece of data is going to happen somewhere in here. If you were counting it out this way, you would say, okay, that's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So it's somewhere between those two. So again, it just stays 7. So there's a reminder for that. You can either also, for your quartiles, you're going to find the middle of the bottom of 25 and the middle of the top 25. Middle of the bottom 25 is the 13th piece of data. Some people just like counting in 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Same thing backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great, it's there. So your 5-number summary turns out to be 5, 6, 7, 8, and 21. Congratulations, you just got your first points on your AP exam. Okay. On the back side, they ask you some questions about, in this case, outliers. They give you 2 different methods, method A and method B. Method A is the 1.5 times the IQR. So that's going to go out, as I indicated here, 1.5 interquartile range less than the quartile 1, and then 1.5 bigger than quartile 3. So for those, we have to determine any data points that are potential outliers. You can do this a couple of different ways. So in this case here, I'm going to take 6. My interquartile range is 2. So 1.5 times 2, the bottom is going to be 3, and then the top, it's not 6, Mr. Hayes, it's 8, you silly. Plus 1.5 times 2, which is again 3, and that's going to be bigger. So that's going to be 11. So it's going to be all numbers. Let's just double check this. So we want numbers less than 3 and numbers bigger than 11. When we look at the other data here, now it says here, determine any data points. So you could write that out and just say that, given the fact that we do not have a large number of data there that fit those criteria. In fact, we only have 2, which is going to be the 12. Oops, wrong one. We don't have a lot of data there. In fact, we only have the 12 and the 21. You could probably just list those points out. So I'm going to do that. Method 1's outliers would be 12 and 21. Okay. The second part to part B is doing it for the mean plus or minus 2 standard deviations. Now they give us all of that there. So I'm going to take 7.42. If you're getting slight confidence interval vibes, obviously, that makes some sense. So when I do this, the bottom number is going to be 2.68. The top number is going to be 12.16. So you want numbers outside that interval. Now, obviously, 12 falls within the 12.16. So in this case, method 2's outliers, that should actually be A and B, shouldn't it? Yep, sorry. Method A's outliers and method B outliers outlier is 21. Now here comes how you're going to wrap all of this up, because this is how you're going to pull your 4. Explain why method A might identify more data points as potential outliers than method B, where the distribution has a strongly skewed to the right. So let's talk about this. So this, I would play around with this in my head, maybe jot out some notes, and then I'm going to make it look really, really nice here in a second. So on this, my median is going to be my median. Now, if you think about it, which one is also then influenced by skewed data? So median and quartiles not affected by a skew as much. As our mean and standard deviation, right? Because your mean always travels towards the outliers. The other thing too is that since the mean measures, or standard deviation measures variance, that's also going to help pull things out more that way. Along the same lines, because quartile 1 and quartile 3 are the medians of the top and bottom, those are not going to be influenced as much as well. So explain in a method A might be okay. So to explain that, you would say something to the extent as, method A is based upon the median and quartiles. Let's say IQR. These are resistant to outliers. Throw in skewness, talking about skewed up here. As such, more data could fall into the outlier area. Now, you do have to counterpoint this, because while that's true, you have to explain why the other one doesn't work. So method B uses mean and standard deviation, which aren't resistant to outliers. Yeah, I would go, since standard deviation increases as the outliers increase, method 2 will capture less, or capture more data and give you less outliers. So that should cover everything to get you your first 4. All right? If you have any questions, drop them down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Send it all to your friends. Remember, more videos are down below as well. The link to all everything else is that, and I will see you on the next question. Bye.